boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to another edition of Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Facebook. Hello, X, and hello, YouTube. I hope everyone is doing well on this, what I like to call Turn It Up Tuesday or Track Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? Good people, good folk. This weather is spectacular today. Spectacular weather we're having, as usual. All right. We have high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Let's get in there for the real thing. If you are celebrating a birthday today, shout out to all my Libras out there. All of my Libras out there. Happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, Steve and Shelly, happy anniversary to you guys. Happy anniversary. My man, the Shad, happy birthday to you as well. My man, Shad, the king of Soulard, as I want to call him. Not the mayor, but the king of Soulard. Happy birthday to you. Also, if someone said I do, congratulations to you if you tied the knot this week or this past weekend. And congratulations again to the counselor and Tess on their recent engagement. If you're off work today, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Get some housework done while you're doing it. Do some laundry. What you cooking for dinner tonight? Is it Taco Tuesday every Tuesday? Do you switch it up? Is tacos and Tuesdays the only day you can eat tacos on Tuesday? Is that it? I would hope not. I think tacos should be available to you each and every day. Let's get through our pillars for the day. We're going to let it go. Let's ignore them. Let's give it time. Don't compete with other people. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Right there for sure. You can definitely laugh. I've recently found myself doing a little history of television, watching shows I didn't get a chance to watch due to me playing ball and driving a golf cart. Didn't watch these shows at all. A majority of the shows I didn't take part in usually came on Thursday or Friday nights, or Saturdays, or Sunday evenings, and I just never took part in it. So I'm recently now watching Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. And I have a question I want to know. I really have a serious question. Any movie or television show I've ever seen, the fire department and the police department does not get along in these movies or television series. I want to know. I'm asking for a friend. There was an episode where they were fighting at a crime scene, the police department and the fire department in a TV show, Rescue Me. I want to know, is the beef that strong in real life with firemen and police department? I want to know. I don't know. I have relatives in both, but I've never really posed that question to them before. But I'm asking you guys, if you know someone that's on the fire department, or you've been on the fire department or police department, is there really some animosity? Is there really some beef with those guys? I know they have the boxing match every year for charity that they do. But I want to know, is the beef really there with the fire department as well as the police department? I want to know. Don't forget to visit the website at www.dremontez.com. Also, it's about to be the holiday season. And some of you have your own business, and maybe you're thinking about doing some advertising with some live stream services out here or some podcasting shows that you may find yourself listening to or whatnot. But we have some opportunity to advertise with us here on Who's to Blame the podcast, as well as Montez at Midday, and as well as D&D Don't Get Butthurt. All those on this channel here through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You get your logo shared for sure, and you'll also get the opportunity to come on the show, or we can come to you and do a show from your place of business. And it's a one-time fee that we charge. If you'd like to know more information about that, please reach out to me through here, through our Facebook page, YouTube, or X page, or you can go ahead and email us at moredremontez@gmail.com. Well, the NFL did not disappoint last night with the Monday Night Football game. Shout out to my dude, Charlie. He's a Raiders fan. The Raiders. The Vegas Raiders took on the Green Bay backers. And my has Green Bay taken a turn. We've went from Brett Favre to AAA Ron to now the Jordan Love show. Not saying that the Raiders played their best game last night, but sometimes, you can play a game But don't give up in the game because you never know what can happen in the four quarters of football, which we obviously saw last night. We've heard speculations from Matt LaFleur. We've heard things from inside the camp at Green Bay. What is the real issue with Jordan Love? Well, last night, I don't even think it was the offensive line, as opposed I point the blame to Jordan Love, underthrowing the ball. When you have a receiver that wide open, that could have really taken the game to another level and put a little change in some people's pocket out there. But I give that loss on the hands of Jordan Love. It almost went Jimmy G's way because he was playing the shit back of the game himself. It was like either team didn't want to take the trash out in that matchup last night of Monday Night Football. But impressive game. I like the crowd. I like how RG3 dropped the F-bomb in breaking down the game. My, how did that slip? And did anyone see Joe Buck's wife? Did anybody see Joe Buck's wife last night? For one, I didn't know he had that in him. I didn't know Joe Buck had that in him at all. Not a clue. And I think the most hilarious, most intriguing part of the evening was watching Peyton and Eli Manning watch the game on their show. They had Desmond Tutu Howard on there as well as Jimmy Kimmel last night. And Desmond Howard shared a story that I totally forgot about in the days of college football when Peyton almost went to Michigan. Can you imagine Peyton Manning, Brian Griese, Charles Woodson, and Desmond Howard on the same team? Now, they would have probably had to figure that out, the quarterback position. But at the time, Griese was that deal in college. But I totally forgot about that story on Peyton almost going to Michigan. I love when those stories leak out of where players almost went, who was on that team, what could have happened. It's fun playing that game. We try to figure out where the athlete is going to go or where the athlete should have went. But last night, Monday Night Football game still did not give us that oomph that we wanted. It was a lot of missed opportunities on both sides of the ball with the Raiders as well as the Green Bay Packer backers. But as a football fan, it was a very sloppy game to me. I don't want perfection, but can you act like you're in the NFL? And it didn't seem that way at times, especially when Green Bay had the ball. The indecisiveness with the defensive plays of the Raiders had me confused on what type of a game plan they were going into this matchup anyway. What game plan did they have on their hands for sure? I'm going to keep it NFL because we're still breaking down what happened on Sunday as well. Whether your team won, your team lost, or you found out you have a major injury to a star player on your team. I mean, Mondays is to reminisce about Sunday, whether you won or lost, and then you wait till 2 o'clock to find out what's going on with the players that got injured. It could be good news or bad news. But this is the news I found out yesterday that really made me have another double reflection on my passion for my Denver Broncos. And to all Denver Broncos out there, the way that team has played the past 2 years, I take it a step further. Past 3 years, that team, past 4 years, I don't know who that team has been. But we went out and made some moves. We sold the team. The team was bought by a very prestigious group. They went out and did a search for a coach and got the coach that they wanted. They gave a quarterback a deal that no one could believe. So now we were just waiting for all pieces of the puzzle to get on the field and make it make sense, Dad. Since the Denver Broncos have done that, been purchased by Walmart for $4.5 billion. They've hired Mr. Sean Payton, and Mr. Sean Payton signed a $100 million deal. So they go out and they got the quarterback as well. Over $200 million. So $4.5 billion for the team, for Walmart. $200 million to Russ, $100 million to Sean Payton. But this year we've been beaten by Jack Del Rio, Josh, who used to coach us, Vic Fangio, Mike McDaniels, and Nathaniel Hackett. All of them have taken advantage of my Broncos, who all used to be employed by the Broncos. Message: what are we doing? We call it tanking in basketball when it's too obvious. I don't know what we call what the Oakland A's did, trying to move, trying to come up on a deal. What are we calling what the Denver Broncos are doing? What are we calling that? Those numbers don't make sense to me at all. And I'm trying to make it make sense, but it's not. It's coming up with no proof in the pudding. Where's the believability in this? There's none. It's just names and numbers on the board to them because when it gets on the field, it's confusing. Moving right along, the Major League Baseball playoffs are here. The hunt for October is here. And the matchups that we have are not the most common ones we would think of when it comes to baseball. There's some familiar teams that miss due to a lackluster play in the regular season. But here we are. We have three teams going into yesterday's game. Three teams that won at least 100 games in the regular season. Dodgers, Braves, and Orioles. And at the time, they were all down. No one had won a game. Now it looks as though the Braves have woken up. And my, oh my, what a game that was. The Braves game was on a whole new level. That whole lineup is capable of hitting a home run. That whole lineup is capable of hitting a home run with power and distance. And they pump each other up in a way that's just wild and beautiful to watch on TV as they're in a dugout, as well as the relief pitchers out there in the bullpen. But when you turn that TV on, you saw Phillies were up 4-0 that late in the game. What did you think? Did you think the Braves had it in them? I mean, we know what the Braves did in the 90s, all those pennants, but only one World Series. All those pennants and one World Series. Just trying to put up the shit up. And I think this Braves team is hungry. Yes, they lost Freddie Freeman, but it seemed like they got better since Freddie Freeman took his talents to Chavez for being LA Dodgers. But the play that got me was the game-ending double play that Michael Harris III went and grabbed up off the fence, turns and fires the ball to the cutoff man, and everybody is pointing to first base. Throw the ball to first because Bryce Harper he slipped on that turn going back after he rounded second. And this man was running fast as he can to get back to first. Double play. First time in postseason history we've had a double play, an 8-5-3 double play. If you're scoring at home, an 8-5-3 double play ended that game last night. That was a hell of a game last night. So good win for all the Brave fans out there. And the Dodgers. Dodgers down 0-2 to the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Dodgers, top three, went 1-for-12. That's not good math, Mr. Roberts, the Dodgers manager. Now, while Magic, see, while you at the football games, you need to be worried about your baseball team, that being the Dodgers, because it look like they down 2-0 Arizona. Arizona does not look like they're scared at all, and they're up for the challenge. We will see what the Braves can do. Also on the pregame yesterday for Major League Baseball, they had a MLB mentalist. He was talking to A-Rod, Jeter, and Ortiz. And what this man did was some sorcery type things what this man did yesterday. I mean, I got to talk to my dude, Mr. Keith Joseph, about this, what this man pulled off, my favorite Soulard magician out there, on what this man pulled off when it comes to being a mentalist in Major League Baseball. The wow factor, the fact that he made Jeter walk away. Jeter almost broke down and got emotional. We know how A-Rod is. David Ortiz said, we got to take you to Vegas. We got to take you to Vegas. We're missing the boat with your talents right here. You shouldn't even be here. We should go somewhere else with you. And I think that's how he's feeling for sure. But if you didn't get a chance to check that out, I'm quite sure you can find it somewhere out there on social media. But it was a lot of fun peeping that out. I posed a question yesterday to a few people, on social media yesterday. Where do you get your fashion sense from? Who do you give the credit to for the rags you put on, your dressing style, your swag? Where did you get it from? And the reason I brought that up, I watched the Apple TV docu-series, The Supermodels. And let me just say this. The modeling game has changed for sure, like everything has really changed. Once the way magazines and the newsstands were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we won't see that today. Won't see it at all today. As many magazines as it was back then. Oh my God, it was so many magazines. But everyone had they wanted, they went to for fashion, for the models. But the game of the modeling industry, according to this documentary, straight game changer. Once the print models start doing runway shows, it was like the Beatles were everywhere. It was like the Michael Jackson everywhere. It was like an outrage for these supermodels at the time. And the way they put this together, this documentary, it's really nice. A whole lot of things I didn't know about Naomi Campbell blew my mind. Didn't know at all. And the fact to own yourself and to know your value as a woman at that time and still be able to maintain being a woman and being in a career like that at that time, it speaks volumes. The voices that they have today was nowhere around back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But now the voices and the right people in the right places were taken advantage of is not as broad as it was before, according to this docuseries that I saw on Apple TV. But a few people said they got their fashion sense from watching TV shows. A couple of people said poverty. You dress the way you dress because of poverty. I mean, that's interesting. That's using what you have. That's using what you have. You know, it's just like when it comes to food. It may not be the food that you want, but you have something in there that's edible. You just got to put it together. But if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, check it out. It's a very, very good, interesting piece about the fashion world and the women that pretty much ran the damn thing in the 90s. And they break down the George Michael video, Freedom 90, a little bit more on the reason why he chose supermodels. Did he get his message across and why he did it, and the effect it had on the women that were in the video, as well as the fashion world after that video. But check it out. We're going to take a small break here because you know what? Dre cares. You never know what people are going through something. So the little bit we can do is listen and help and lend a helping hand. So be right back at the word from our sponsor, Palmero TMS. Be right back.
St. Louis, are you suffering from depression? Our advanced mental health treatments offer support to those facing depression. Supported by science and over 1 million treatments administered, a countless number of lives have been revitalized with our newfound healing process. Because your well-being matters, we have 2 convenient St. Louis locations dedicated to your transformative pursuit of mental wellness. We understand the importance of informed decisions. Research, discover, and take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Visit palmiertms.com to uncover more about our non-drug treatment for depression, covered by all major insurance plans. Let us stand by your side on this journey towards mental wellness. Contact us today.
All right, good people, and we're back here on this Turn Up Tuesday. Not Turn Ups. Counselor, what it said, though, Counselor. What's up, Counselor? And hey, Mr. Gerald, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really do appreciate it. But it's also Track Tuesday. So we're heading to the track. Let's get that money. Let's get that money. Monday Night Football did not disappoint, but Jordan Love definitely did. Good win by the Raiders. Major League Baseball playoffs. Exciting finish in the Braves game. Way to close it out with an 8-5-3 double play. First time ever in postseason history. What will the Dodgers do? What will the Orioles do today? You went over 100 games in baseball, and you don't make it to the World Series. You win 15 games in the NFL. You don't make it to the playoff. You don't make it to the Super Bowl. You win 70 games in the NBA and don't make it to the finals. You win 70 games in the NHL, don't make it to the Stanley Cup finals. Who is that more on? When teams put that much in the Jim Leland said this. You can tire your ball club out. You can tire your ball club out when you have a 125 win season. Your ball club is tired by the time the postseason get here. So you got to manage the time wisely. Those all sound great statistically, but if it's not getting no ship, we're not getting a parade. What's it all for? What's it all for? And I think it is Thought Tuesday as well. Thought Tuesday. Here's a thought. Here's something that I saw today, and I really everything is not always going to be the way it ought to be. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Everything is not always going to be what it ought to be. Mm, mm, mm. Everything is not always going to be the way it ought to be. I shall believe. You believe you're in the right spot, or you meant to be where you're at right now? If not, can you change it? Is it a drastic change you must make to get you where you need to be? Consequences happen every day. Mistakes happen every day. Accidents happen every day. They are what they call growing up, and it's a part of life. Nothing is perfect. Nothing. So when you get caught in that little I guess little pause area of that hook in the road, and you're not pretty sure of the surroundings on your intentions and being in where you need to be who you are. And I think that's that answer, that statement, that phrase has been uttered more times in life than I can remember since the days of COVID. Since COVID, we've come out with interesting phrases, catchphrases, acronyms, whatever it may be to figure this thing out, figure us out, figure you out, figure everything around us that's important out to make it make sense for that daily struggle through every day. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's easy. We all have our tools that we go to. We all have our tools that we go to, whether it's a real person, whether it's a spiritual thing, maybe it's a walk, maybe it's reading a passage. But either way, we have something that we figure out on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, even yearly. It depends on how you put your message of the day up, your MOD. We used to have that in the military. They would read a little phrase, wouldn't be long, be the message of the day. You can take it any way you want to, but here is the message of the day. Most jobs used to have that in the employee break room. They had a message of the day. Remember when jobs in corporate America gave you leadership programs? You'd take a 4 or 5 week course to give you better leadership skills in the company that you work for that goes along with your job and job title and the description of your job title. But now, let's say you with that same company now. They don't offer those classes anymore. If you win a sales game in the 90s or the service industry in the 90s, they don't do those type of training seminars, videos, trips. They don't do those anymore. But those things were very effective in you doing your job very, very well. But for some reason, they went away from doing classes like that. But they were very, very helpful. It made you appreciate the job even more. They had a fun connotation and putting on there to make this class a little bit better than just watching a 2-hour seminar. It's too hot. You're going to sleep. No, they had interesting things in the way they broke it down to your job back in the 90s. If you were in sales or the restaurant industry, a bunch of those leadership classes or skill set classes, they don't offer them anymore. And I'm wondering why. I don't offer those things anymore at all. I have another question here for you on Thought Tuesday. I saw this also during COVID that on the left coast, we call it California. They have people that have these careers where they are sleep partners. You have a nap buddy. You pay somebody to take a nap with you, cuddle buddy. An actual thing, someone takes a nap with you. Then I saw the one a couple of weeks ago. You can take a nap with cats. Yeah, feline. You can take a nap with a cat. Yeah. It was to help with cat therapy and to help you with therapy as well. Now, here's the other one. We know about prostitution, whether you believe in it or not. It's a part of life. It's been going on since the days of time. But would you pay for a non-sexual date on purpose? Would you do that? someone just go out to dinner with, go to the movies, come over to Netflix and chill, Hulu and hook up, but not the all the way. Matter of fact, no kissing. You just want some companionship. That's that is up 37% in people that involved in paying for the services of a companion, non-sexual companion. And it's high in this age bracket of 45 and up. It's high in that bracket. Men and women age 45 and up hire companions for dates, social events, work functions. Work functions I can see because you don't want to take a drunken idiot with you. Somebody that can't put on proper clothing. They always look half naked when they go out in public. You want to take somebody that's going to appreciate the opportunity and not put the spotlight on you when you go to these holiday parties. Because a lot of people lost their jobs due to the behavior of people they brought to a Christmas party. So if you don't get an invite and you know your girl or your partner or whoever they may be work somewhere, y'all having a Christmas party this year? Yes, just for the employees only. You can't go. You have to act right when people take you to a holiday function, whether it's a family, co-workers, whatever it may be. If you are getting invited to someone's holiday event, first of all, you need to sit down and have a talk. Okay, here are the rules and regulations. Okay, that's it. Keep the conversation to a bare minimum. Bare minimum. Okay, we just here, show and tell, few drinks, food, and we out. What about a business trip? I've known people to hire people to go out of town with them for a business trip, male and female. Male and female. I've known people to do that. But it's becoming more of a common thing now because people are tired of looking in endless places for anything that makes sense to them. So if I don't want to deal with all that BS, you hire somebody to go out with you and have a civilized conversation. There's no pressure on nobody sleeping together. You just want to go out to eat with somebody and not alone. You just want to go see this. You want to go ride that. You want to go visit that. You want to go try this. How many of you are tired of doing things all by your damn self? And every now and then, I'm not talking about all the time, the companion wouldn't hurt with it. It's just like with the snuggle buddy. Would you pay for someone to lay down and take a nap with you? Again, no funny business. We just napping up in here. We just napping up in here. Okay? Just napping. It's popular in California. When I saw that, I'm not going to say it blew my mind, but the way they try to explain it to you, how therapeutic it is, I think that's why I was like, now there's some BS here. But the way they make it sound, it's very therapeutic when you lay down and nap with someone. Humans need human contact. You can't avoid contact and think you're going to be happy all the time. Human contact is needed. Ask any doctor with therapists. I don't know about Dr. Dre gonna answer you or not, but to have a person to pay someone, they never did express the fees, how much they pay for this, to pay for somebody to take a nap with you. We've all been in situations where we were in a relationship and paid for every damn thing. We didn't get a nap from them, damn meal. We barely got conversation. But here are people telling you up front what you can get for this small fee that's very, very affordable. I can see that picking up and get a little bit more speed going down the hill the closer and closer we get to Turkey Day and Santa Day. I can see it, especially party season. I can see it. What's the other question that we have right here? Oh, one more time. I've been watching shows I normally didn't get a chance to watch in my ball playing and driving the golf cart days. So I'm watching all these shows now. And I'm watching Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. And it's not the first show that I've noticed this on. But the police and the fire department got into an actual fight at a crime scene. And I just want to know, do the fire department and police get along? Or is that really true? They really fight like that all the time. I don't know. I have family on both, but I've never posed that question to them. I guess that will be my question to the family this holiday season for sure. And one more question here on Thought Tuesday. Have you ever been the other person in a relationship, i.e., side piece, side dude, side chick. Have you ever been that person? And if you were, did you know it going into it? Or was it a surprise to you? Or were you driving home and had like an E.F. Hutton moment, like, wait a minute, am I the side piece here? And was it confrontational when you found out, or did you just say, the hell with it? I'm going to just do my role. I'm going to do me because now I know what the situation is. Or are you always the person that is the side piece? And the reason I ask that, they got a movie coming out dealing with this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be like when Star 69 came out. This going to bring back some memories for some people because it's going to trigger something. And somebody's going to say, wait a minute now. Hold on. You mean to tell me? You're going to find out watching that movie. It's coming out this summer. It's called Side Piece. Remember the movie How to Be a Player came out with Bill Bellamy? How many people got in trouble before because of a damn movie? No, I put it this way. How many of you got into an argument because of a movie? Because of a movie, you got into an argument. I was there in the movie theater, and I saw about 20 people get into an argument from the movie How to Be a Player when I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. A movie had these people getting into an argument. They have to be careful the way they put these movies out, detailing things of that nature. They're already trying to stop Freaknik from coming out because some people are going to be in that video that look like my mom. You know, grandma? It's not funny, Dre. But, oh well. It's like looking at Club 54, the movie with the real footage in there. I'm quite sure somebody saw their uncle, their dad, or their grandpa in the original footage in that movie 54 about Club 54 in New York. So you can't get that crazy over the damn movie Freaknik when it does come out, but that's going to be hilarious. But when How to Be a Player came out, people got into arguments. There's been a lot of movies come out that probably have gave people that weird look, that side-eye look, like when you go see comedians. You know, comedians always want to bring up relationship shit. Usually, they speaking from experience. And there's somebody in the audience that can relate to that story. And only you and the person you with know that. And they give you that look. Then you get in the car, and you got to have an argument in the parking lot. You know? But have you ever been the side piece or side dude, side chick, and you knew it? Or did you find out? And when you did find out, did you stay in your role? Or did you try to upgrade the package? Did you try to upgrade the package? That's what she said. Oh, some good questions right there we've had today on Thought Tuesday. Thought Tuesday. Okay, that's a thought about the fire department. There's a thought about you paying for a companion, not a sexual partner, no sexual favors at all, not even holding hands, no kiss, just hang out. Would you pay for that? Would you pay for a companion to join me? If you go to the ... This is blah, 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 blah. Give you the information to contact her to get your companion date today. Contact blah, 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 blah. Boom, you got your companion date. Easy as a click of a finger. It seems like everything that we once had difficulty answering, it's all out there. It's either in the cloud, it's in the TikTok, or it's in the form of a pill, because they have a pill for every damn thing. Everything. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful putting that out there in front of what, kids? In the atmosphere. You get caught up by the wrong person for sure. So we covered a few things today. I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's show. As always, it's always a pleasure talking to the good people here in the live streaming community. Don't forget, if you haven't heard the latest episode of my podcast, Who's to Blame? It's on Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. But if you want to see the live stream video version of my podcast, you can also catch it on Facebook. We have a page, Who's to Blame? X, at W2B Dre Montez, and YouTube Dre Montez as well. You can also go to the website at www.dremontez.com. You find a little bit about me. Check out some of the sponsors on there. And we got the merch coming again here soon. We upgrading on the merch. It's coming real soon. TikTok. I'm going to break dance and TikTok. Hey, TikTok. Hey, TikTok. So that's where we're at here, guys. That's where we're at here. Okay, we covered all supermodels. Check that out. Damn good docuseries. Damn good docuseries. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So nobody liked the fact that Prime Time videotaped his talk with the Philadelphia 76ers, i.e. J.J. Redick, i.e. LeBron James. He is not giving a motivational speech. I'm quite sure if the Sixers didn't want him to videotape that, he wouldn't have videotaped it. I'm quite sure they knew he was videotaping it. I'm quite sure they knew that. He knew that. It's crazy how all the different stories around anytime a father is praising his kids, it comes back with so many different contexts and what's going on, what's happening here. Well, how did we get here? What happened? What happened? Look at LeVar Ball. Look how that story went wild. This man told everybody, all three of my boys going to the NBA. Man, he crazy. Man, them boys ain't gonna go to the NBA. They all went to the NBA, except that one. He don't want to play ball no more. He into the women too much. He into the women got him. The women got him. Got him. So they have the movie Side Pieces coming out. And they got another movie coming out where they're still in the talks. It's about dealing with the pressures of being a top athlete or a high-profile teenager that's either about to go into college, about to make a big decision about their future, but social media plays a role in it in a way more and more people need to understand. When there's a sports draft, there's a board of all the players, their whole statistic, their breakdown, their speed, their weight, their pros, their cons. They have all that information. Let me tell you who else has that information. The women. The women outside that are trying to get an athlete. They have the same information these sports teams do. Because you know why? You're posting it on social media. Once you post something, they're going to find everything they possibly can about you. That's why I like how some of these colleges and universities and schools are bringing in people to talk to these kids about utilizing social media the right way. Utilizing social media the right way. What site you should be on, what you should be posting, what you should not be posting. I think a whole lot of people need to take that class. Whole lot. Speaking of class, did that really happen at Hazelwood School District? In front of the teachers, while all the people in the classroom? What's going on in these schools today? Everybody needs to be homeschooled. Everybody does. Well, folks, boys and girls, children of all ages, going to take one more break, and we'll get out of here and let you get on with your Track Tuesday or Turn Up Tuesday or Taco Tuesday. Be right back with a word from my sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, good people, and welcome back to Montez at Midday. It is Turn Up Tuesday, my man. It is Turn Up Tuesday. I don't know what that means for us. Maybe an afternoon walk in the park, checking out the colors in the sky, listen to the birds sing and chirp, seeing how many dogs I can count in the park, not on a leash. No, they don't do that. By the way, I won my fantasy football league. Won my game, 99-76. So I'm now 2-3 on the year. at the Friendlies Fantasy Football League located at 3503 Roger Place. All right, good people. Enjoy. Keep continuing to do such a great job at your job. And if you're off today, don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. Until next time, see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Montez at midday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have another action-packed episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast. You guys have a great day and take care. And thanks for listening. Peace. And we out. And we out. And we won't. And we out.